guys, it's Ayushi here and welcome back to this channel. And today I'm going to be reviewing this book, Do Epic Shit by Ankur Warikoo. Ankur Warikoo is a very famous YouTuber that is known for talking about the finance advices that he gives to everyone, and he also talks about a lot of mistakes that he's made in his 20s. So today I'm going to be reviewing his book and telling you all about the favorite parts that I really enjoyed, and I will definitely read this book again. It's a must-have book and it's very motivating, and it also provides us basically, if you basically provide this motivation if you feel lost, and it just shows us direction. I feel it makes us more aware of our surroundings and our life, and I'm just going to be reviewing this book. So this book is divided into 6 chapters where he talks about success and failure. He talks about how habits can make a big difference on a longer run. He talks about awareness, and the fourth chapter is on entrepreneurship, and the fifth chapter is on money, and the sixth chapter is on relationships. So let's get to it. I'm going to be reading out all the favorite, wordings, or like all the favorite lines that I have from this book. So in the first chapter, Success and Failure, he just talks about his successes and his failures in life. He also shows us how he makes a failure resume of all the failures he has had in his life, and he basically learns a lesson from them, and he wants people to know that failure is something you should not look at it like a disgrace point of view. You should always try to learn from it. And I'm going to read some of the lines that I really like from it. Luck happens to those that make things happen. Basically, luck favors those who want to work towards it, and it only happens to those who are working consistently. So yeah, and then he also talks about how to crack the YouTube or content game algorithm. He says that consistency plus authenticity is the only magic, and that's the only way you're going to crack the YouTube algorithm or the content game in general. And here I am, I'm just trying to crack the content game. I don't know if I'm trying to crack the content game. I'm just trying to grow and learn from this process, and that's why I'm here with my YouTube channel. So yeah. I do wish to grow as a channel, but yes, let's see where that leads to. Hopefully, because I'm going to be consistent with it and also be authentic, obviously. But yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm planning to launch one video every week to see how it goes. So yeah. And he says there's this line from his chapter Success and Failure that says most sports are not played on the field, but they're played in the mind. He tells us that the mind is the most important part, and we have to keep our mind calm and also have to train it to face all the challenges. He says that 3 relationships are the most important thing, and they define what our life has for us. That is, he says the relationship with money is very important, the relationship that we have with time, and the relationship that we have with ourselves. I'll be talking about all this in detail in coming. Okay. And then he talks about that. He says that share your journey, document your journey, and narrate your story. When you share your journey, others can learn from it, and when you document your journey, you will be able to reach out and also keep a track of all your successes and all the failures that you have. In that way, you can always improve. And narrate your journey is a sense like spread your word. So this is something I really liked. And he talks about how most decisions in our life are reversible, but we assume that they are all set in stone. The second we think decisions are reversible, we start giving serenity a chance. Basically, he means that all decisions that are in our life that have happened are reversible. Nothing is permanent. Just that we don't want to take the hard steps, or we don't want to accept the truth and move forward, is what I feel. So most decisions in life are reversible. We just have to work towards it, and we have to give a chance to ourselves to accept it and to work for it, is what I feel. So even if you're going through the hardest thing in your life, or even if it's a mental breakdown or a heartbreak, I know you will get over it. And healing is something that happens over time, but you should be willing to heal yourself. You should be willing to take a step forward. You should be willing to work towards getting better, and you should be always positive about it. You should be ready to fail, because you cannot learn unless you fail. It's something that I've definitely learned. And if you like, yeah, you have to be always giving yourself a chance, and everything is reversible, believe me. Time heals even the worst things that have happened to us. So this line I really really liked. And we have the choices, no one is ever stuck, we just scared to make those choices. Again, referring to the previous one, this is something I liked as well. And then he talks about how if you work towards something consistently over a long period of time, you will be you will definitely reach that goal. And he talks about that the stories that we tell ourselves are the stories that we know, and the stories that are more likely to come true. The things and the thoughts that we surround ourselves with, like the thoughts that we have in the morning or the thoughts that we have throughout the day, are more likely the thoughts that are going to come true. And I really like this line from Om Shanti Om that Shah Rukh Khan says, जब किसी चीज़ को पूरे दिल से चाहोगे, पूरी कायनात उसे तुम्हें मिलाने से जुड़ जाती है. This is something I really like, and it's also from his book. The thing that he also means in his book is the same thing, that the story that we tell ourselves is the story that's more likely to come true, and the stories that we work and with the thoughts that we surround ourselves and work towards is going to come true one day. So, and he also talks about how habits on the longer run make a huge difference. Of the small habits that you have over a long period of time compound to have huge and drastic results. It may not just apply for habits, it may also apply for financial investments and other aspects of life as well. Compounding has a huge impact in life. You have to start small, but small differences make a huge difference on a long run. He talks about this very importantly. And then this is what he talks about habits. And he also talks about money. In the sense of money, he says that money can buy you freedom, and having freedom is a huge privilege, but having a freedom, like in general, is a huge privilege. But we should never run behind money. The money should be working for us, and we should not become a slave towards it. This is something he says in his book, which I find is so I find it so really nice. Like, it's so good. Definitely we should always work towards getting money. Money can definitely buy us freedom. Money is something that not everyone has, and it's a privilege to have money, but we should never be a slave to it. We should not just be running behind money. There are so many things in our life that matter more than money, even though in our life all the things that we do and basically all our successes are based on the output, that if we have money or not. But we should not always equate money as the only result or outcome of our success. There are many things that determine our success. It can be relationships with our parents, relationships with ourselves, or like relationships with your family members, and just in general, money is not everything. And yeah, just having a peace of mind, being motivated, being curious, and you should not run behind money. He says that he was not very privileged to have money as growing up, but his parents always try to provide the best for him. And that, I think, is all parents always try to give the best to their children. And I am grateful to have such really good parents, and they always try to give me the best, and they always want me to do my best as well, and they want me to grow in life. So I'm thankful. Thank you, Mama and Papa. I know I don't thank you enough. And he also says that he can't thank his parents enough, and he regrets not spending enough time with his son and daughter. That he describes that he was not able to pay enough attention to family in his rat race, or like in his journey to earn money, and he neglected it, and he regrets that. And I mean, I know even I might not be able to express it sometimes, but I do really love my parents. And he also says that you can neither choose who your parents are or not what they end up doing to you psychologically, but you have to prepare to heal yourself if you have to. So basically, he says not everyone is that fortunate enough, but if you are, please take it as a privilege, and please try to use that privilege. And to those who are not that fortunate enough, I think you can always work towards it, and get to where we are. Nothing is unreachable. Everything just depends on how hard you're willing to work and how and where you're willing to reach. So every problem in this world can be traced back and back to a point of miscommunication. This is what he says for relationships, and he says that talking out and communication is the only key to solve it. And he also talks about how you have to take an effort to find love, and it takes effort to feel fulfilled, it takes effort to be fit, and it takes effort to be happy. Everyone in our world just assumes that love will find them. It's not the case. You have to take an effort to find love, you have to take an effort to feel fulfilled. Nothing, even after achieving your biggest dreams, you may or may not feel fulfilled. So you have to always, he also describes of having enjoying the journey to reach the point of like you think that is your like success or destination. You also have to enjoy the journey of how you reach there. And it takes effort to be fit. You have to hit the gym every day, and it's again a cycle of habits. You have to hit the gym every day, be regular, and exercise and be healthy. And it takes effort to be happy. You have to feed your mind with positive thoughts, and you have to be happy in your own solitude. See, there's a huge difference that he describes in his book. That's the difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is basically when when we assume that no one wants to spend time with us, and we basically see ourselves on a negative aspect. Whereas solitude is when we're happy, we're alone, but we're happy in our own presence, and we're happy doing the things that we do. That is solitude. And to me, I think being in solitude is probably one of the best things. And he says that I've also seen it in one of his videos where he says that it's better to not drink and to be dancing alone in a party without drinking. That means you actually enjoy your company and you enjoy dancing, instead of being drunk and doing drugs or like intoxicating yourself in a way just to enjoy the feeling or just to feel a high. If you can feel that high without the feel that high, I mean, by feeling that high, I mean being that excited, or like you can enjoy yourself just with your own presence and without taking external intoxications or like alcohol or anything else for that matter. That is probably the um best kind of I'm not able to think of a word. Best kind of surrounding for yourself. And he also says that true friends are not those who support you in the time of in the harsh times. In fact, true friends are those who support you in the times of success and are happy to see you succeed. Because in the hard times, I'm sure a lot of people will come forward to help you, and we may not be able to thank all the people that help us, but those who are truly happy for us when we succeed are our actual true friends, is what he says. And yeah, that's his book. I really loved it. It's definitely a bestseller, and also it's a must have. It's such a good book, and I'd probably read it again. The things that he said and amount of content that he's able to cover in such a small, in the most compact manner, and the most thought-provoking ideas, and all the, I can't put it in words right now, but it's so good. Like, you have to really, really read through each line to like go into the depth of it and understand it. This is what I loved about this book, and it's definitely a must have, and you can buy it on Amazon or anything else. I just bought it from the bookstore, but yeah. Bye guys, and do buy it, and I'm gonna pin it in the links in the description. You can buy this book from Amazon or whatever links I find, and it's a must read. Thank you, Ankur Warikoo, for this beautiful piece.